My son said, Dad, did you know that most empires last 250 years? I said, yeah. He's like, Dad, did you know that this country is coming up on 250 years? I'm not sure how much longer we have. I really don't. We have an absolute dumbass running this country. His cabinet are full of misfits. You have an alcoholic Department of Defense. You have a guy with dead worms in his brain who chainsaws dead whales and drops off dead bears in Central Park. You got Stephen Miller, who's essentially a Nazi. You've got Jeanine Pirro, who's basically an alcoholic, a Fox News anchor that wants to be the AG. You have J.D. Vance, who has sex with couches as his vice president. I mean, it's full of anybody that dropped out of high school. They're just all losers. But it's a show. And it's going to lead to the downfall of this country. I saw a MAGA lady today celebrating that Donald Trump's name will be on a dollar bill. And what? What does it do? How does it make your life better? It doesn't. But to her, it's entertaining because she wants to hurt somebody. Look, oh, his name's on his check. That must make you bad, libtards. And that's what we're getting with this dumbass in the White House, right? These people on the right with 6 teeth are going, yeah, look at him. He's blowing up schools in Iran and he's kidnapping people in Venezuela. Ooh, look, he's going to take Greenland. He's going to force Canada to be the 51st state. Look. This is going to be the downfall of our country. When I look at MAGA, they view the world and life through a micro lens, right? What can I do today that's going to give me instant satisfaction? I look at it through the macro. What I do today, yeah, maybe it's not the best solution, but macro, it's better for the economy, better for the world, better for this country. You think that we're going to pull out of NATO because it makes you tough. We started it. There is a chance that we're going to go in and invade Greenland, and NATO is going to have to defend them against us. You morons. What's going to happen when the US dollar goes in the toilet? Who do you think owns all of our debt? Canada, China, and Japan. What happens when they no longer have faith in the US dollar? And they cash in the $2 trillion and we just print out more money. Didn't think about that because you're too stupid to think ahead, did you? How much worse do you think the Port of Hormuz is going to get? Have you thought that every other country in the world that's negatively affected by that, Scotland, France, Germany, all the countries are being negatively affected by our things. And what are we doing? We're telling them that you better come and defend the Port of Hormuz. We started it. It's our mess. We are pissing off our allies around the world. We are literally siding with Vladimir Putin. He is giving intel to Iran right now that's leading to our troops being attacked. Over 100 have been injured. 13 are dead. 2 almost died today being shot down. I thought Iran was completely annihilated. He's a dumbass. But because it has the perception of strength, many of you people believe it. When we alienate ourselves from the world, we're going to be left behind. There's going to be a point where the lie of American exceptionalism is going to go away. And all of our allies are going to create partnerships and trade amongst themselves. You're seeing that right now with Canada and China. That's what's going to happen, but you're too stupid to see it because you can't see more than own the libs, own the libs, own the libs. You're too selfish to give a shit about anybody else. You're too dumb to see what this country is. It has never been great. Because too many of you don't know how to read a book. You have the education of a cat that licks his ass. You don't want to talk about the racist history and slavery, but we're the best. For who? See, just that makes you upset. My neighbor, as an example, put a letter in my mailbox illegally, which I addressed with, because my flag was upside down. That is a symbol of a country that's in distress. That is patriotic. Now, he didn't give a shit about officers getting beaten with the flag or flags with Donald Trump's name on it or Donald Trump that rapes women. He didn't care about that. But the American flag is nationalism, and that gave him feelings. We may not have much time left. And for the people that aren't on board with what's happening, what are you doing? I'm doing everything I can. I'm putting my flag upside down. I'm calling out my friends and family. I do these YouTube videos because this is my platform. I'm going to the protests. I'm starting to go to these Moms Demand Action. I'm doing everything that I know how to do. I might even run for Eric Swalwell's seat. I haven't decided yet. I might. But are you even willing to put a flag upside down in your front yard to piss off your neighbors? Or is that not going to be uncomfortable? And see, in the movie V for Vendetta, when he's giving his speech in the news station, he said that. He said, don't blame the politicians. You put them there. Blame your silence. And for many of us, there's a hell of a lot more of us than there are people in Congress. There's only a couple hundred of them. There's millions of us. But we're still sitting on our privilege because it doesn't affect me. And many of us don't want to be uncomfortable. We're letting an absolute dumbass run this country into the dirt. A man that talks about Hannibal Lecter and electric sharks, who talks about injecting bleach and UV light into your body. This is the moron that's running our country. It's a shame. It's really a shame. But Lyndon B. Johnson said it right. He said, this country will vote for the lowest white man over the most qualified colored man. And that's exactly what's happening. That this country would rather burn the democracy to the ground after 250 years than have a black woman run over it. Was Harris a felon? Was she a rapist? Is she on the Epstein files? Did she cause an insurrection? Has she been married 3 times? Is she guilty of tax fraud? Did she make fun of disabled people? No, none of that shit. But hey, no one's perfect. But you just couldn't vote for the black woman. So this is what you get. There's a very good chance democracy's gone. But it's not the politicians because you keep voting them in. The same people that do nothing. It's your unwillingness to be uncomfortable and stand up for what's right. And it's very on brand for this country. That's all we've done since 1619 to black people is sit by and watch it happen and watch it happen and watch it happen and watch it happen. Remember how they treated Colin Kaepernick? A black man that took a knee? Remember how they made fun of Barack Obama because he wore a tan suit? Ahmaud Arbery was literally shot just because he was a black man jogging down the street. But a white man could literally cause an insurrection, pardon 1,600 felons, and you're like, yep, that's my guy because he's white. Racism's expensive, my friends. And for all of you people, whether you voted for this or not, that are sitting silent, you're complicit. Martin Luther King said, we will not remember the words of our enemies, rather the silence of our friends. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Too many of you are willing to be uncomfortable still because it doesn't affect you. That's where we are. Whether you like it or not, that's too bad. That's the truth. Either fight for the democracy or don't bitch and moan when it's gone, because your silence is going to lead to its downfall. Have a good day.